check it out. Come and check us out as we think it's a sports show. Come see what we about. Check it out. Come and check us out as we think it's a sports show. Come see what we about. Hey, Mike, Rad, Mills, Preach. Come check us out so you can see how everybody think. Mike, Rad, Mills, Preach. The show's about to start, so everybody take a seat.
Yeah, and we're back. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. We think it's a sports show. I'm your host, Mike D. And we got another great show for you today. So let me introduce the guys. First up, we got my big cuz, who get them, Mills get them. Then we got my A1 since day 2, Rad, and my point guard, Preach. All right, Mills, how was your weekend?
Weekend was great, man, as usual. You know, I try to stay active out there, exercise. Me and my brother-in-law, he's challenging me, he's pushing me, man. He's doing about 8 to 10 miles a day, walking, just walking. I mean, that's still, you know, amazing. So I'm doing a good, 3 to 4, trying to do the best I can. We doing this cleanse right now, week cleanse. So just trying to stay active, shed a couple pounds, trying to get ready for church when it goes back, in session so I can fit my suits again. But other than that, just living the dream, my man.
All right, love it. How about you, Rat?
To be honest, my weekend was a little janky, a little not the best. But it's because the last couple of weeks I've been saying I'm getting closer to my goals and stuff like that. But when you get closer to things, some things happen, cross currents happen. But I'm getting my balance back, walking through, figuring it all out. So it's all good though. Nothing major, but just little things that hindered, the goals. But I'm gonna get through it like always. It's all good though.
All right. How about you, Preach?
I had a good week. I can't complain. I'm trying to think. I can't even remember everything that I did. I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, it was cool. It was cool. I'm happy to be back on the pod. Happy to be back with you guys, and I'm ready.
All right, I love it. So last episode we did talk about doing a challenge. We think it's a sports show, challenge, something physical. Get up, get active. It's nice. There's some sun. It's going fast. So we did decide on what? 10 miles a week.
10 miles a week.
10 miles Who decided that? Was that on the show?
Everybody besides you.
No,
okay.
It was amongst the people that matter here. We think it's a sports show. That was a message with you, Preach. No, bro, it was in the group message. If you didn't see it, I don't know.
It was.
I didn't see it. I'm sorry.
It's 10 miles a week. So for the rest of August, about 30 miles for the month. Mel's doing 3-4 a day, so he should be good.
I'm getting it.
I'm doing 7 a day.
If any listeners want to join in on this challenge, please do. We're gonna go 30 miles by the end of August. Preach over there doing math. Can you do it, Preach?
No, I'm supposed to say something. I can't remember it now. It's gonna come back to me. Somebody told me to say something on the pod. I'm sorry. I can't remember. But just know that I'm trying to remember. Okay, I just want to put that out there.
I don't think that's how you don't get credit for trying to remember.
I can't. It's not coming to me.
All right.
Long day, y'all.
It'll come to you at the weirdest time when Mills giving a great take. You're like, yo, Mills. All right, but so as I know here, we think it's sports, so we start with the culture. So we previewed it last week. Last Thursday, we had a versus. We had Raws versus Chains. We all predicted that Raws was going to win. So let's see if that came true. So Preach, you were the only one that you was really showing Chains some love. So I'm gonna go to you first. What did you think of the battle, and who did you have winning?
I'm gonna be honest. Listen, and I've been going back and forth with a lot of people on this. I think it was a tie. I got it 10-10.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna be honest. I got it 10-10, and I'm gonna say it like this. To be honest, I think what happened. No, it's not a lie. I think what happened was Ross took Chains for granted, and Chains won a lot of songs, and And don't get me wrong. Let me say this: Rick Ross is a better rapper than 2 Chainz, right? Rick Ross has a better discography than 2 Chainz, but 2 Chainz had 10 songs that was better than 10 songs of Ross, and Ross had 6 songs that was better than him. Period. That's a fact.
Oh my
Because
God.
I'm gonna be honest. You know, like, and people gonna say what they want to say, but if you ask me, the first round, BMF and No Lie is a win. Like, that's just to me. That like it is. Like, you can't tell me No Lie is not a win. Like, it's a fact. That's my personal opinion.
Yes, I can tell you that, bro. Bro, BMF, bro. Dude, like, I mean, we was in
Best
college.
of 2010.
We was in college at the time, bro. That joint rang off at the college parties.
And No Lie didn't. Listen,
Not better than BMF.
I'm gonna say
What?
this. This is for certain. This is not for everybody. No Lie may have touched different people more than it touched other people. I'm gonna just be honest. And I don't know if you was at that stage in your life at the time, but I can only speak for myself. And that song touched me in a different way than it touched everybody else. Me and my man, shout out to my man C. And I remember the days. I remember these days. Like, and maybe you wasn't there, Rad.
Bro, I was in Virginia, bro, and it went off. I was in Virginia, HBCU, shout out to Norfolk State. BMF, that whole Teflon Don album, bro, that went off in the club, bro. Like, it went off in the club, bro. Like, or in a college parties. It's not even. No Lie is good. You know, Drake and everybody, that's fine. That's dope. It's really good. It's a really good record. Really dope record, but it's not BMF, bro. It's not, and you know that. And you know that.
Hold on, Rad. I'm gonna come to you, man. Hold on. Preacher, you done?
I'm not. Well, I mean, Rad can go. Let Rad.
Nah. I'm going to Mills.
Okay.
Well, it's good that you put me in the middle because, to be 100% honest with you, I watched the first 10 minutes of the Verzuz, and I honestly cut it off. The energy was not there. They were just sitting there chilling, like just playing music. They wasn't doing nothing. They weren't holding a mic. They weren't singing with the music. They weren't doing anything. And what pissed me off the most is that the DJs was doing more talking than them, and I got aggravated. The sound was terrible. Yo, the DJ mics was better than they mic. I'm like, yo, I'm not about to watch this. And I turned that right off.
Yeah, you should have kept watching because the energy definitely picked up.
I
do agree that Sam Sneak was kind of wild, and like his ad libs just got crazy after a while.
They weren't ad libs. He's literally singing a record. It wasn't ad libbing. He was rapping the record.
He was doing a lot.
Sneaker sauce.
Yo, yeah, that did piss me off. All right,
but
let me go to somebody who actually did listen. Go ahead, Rat.
I mean, to the energy point, I think Ross came in on some just boss stuff. Came in, cut off 2 changes to play BMF, to drop BMF on him. I think it was a plan of him just saying like, I'm gonna let the music do the talking. I'm just sit here and just play my music. It's gonna be better than anything you do. And I believe it was. I got Ross 13-7. I got Ross 13-7. Yeah. Ross got besides No Lie, I give you No Lie, but Ross got the better Drake records, got the better Kanye records, and he had the better records of his own. That's a fact. And when Chains played Problem with that weird version of it, like he didn't play the song. I'm like, what are you doing? That's an L. It was a better song, but he took the L because he did some weird, whatever he did with it. It was weird.
He didn't do anything weird. He just played a verse. He played
a verse and it was bad. It was bad. Oh well.
First of all, the verse was not bad. Second of all, he was trying to tell the people that this was his song originally. That's all he was trying to do. It didn't take a rocket science to figure that out.
Play the song.
That was not his song. That was not his song.
What I'm saying, the song originated
he sent
from
that
him.
Verse. No. He sent that verse to A$AP Rocky. I guess he was saying he sent it, and Rocky just clipped that part and only used that. That's the issue. He said that.
He didn't say that.
Verse. Yeah, I swear I gotta go back and look at the tape.
No, I don't know.
It don't matter.
This was his song. Rocky. Rocky paid for it. That's what happened.
He should have just played. He should have just played the hook in a verse or something and figured it out. That was a bad. But besides that, Ross just had the better songs. Like at the end of the day, Ross took it was more versatile, way more versatile than 2 Chainz. He had like
what it? Okay,
Nice Pineapples and Paris. Like, what do you mean? It was better songs. He played better songs than 2 Chainz. It's that simple.
Can I say one thing, Mike?
Right.
This is my issue with that. like just because Ross is more versatile, that doesn't mean the song that he played beat the song that 2 Chainz played.
That's
Like,
exactly what I'm saying, though.
But that's not it's not true. Like just because you play something that you're changing the pace or you're playing a different style of music, that doesn't mean you beat this song. That doesn't mean you.
But I'm telling you that's what he
versatile.
did. I'm telling you that's what he did.
2 Chainz played his hit. Actually, he could have played a couple more songs that I was kind of upset he didn't. 2 Chainz played his hit. He played his best record, and his record, most of them beat Ross. I'm just being like, okay, imagine like MC Hammer against I Love Them Strippers. What did you pick?
MC Hammer.
That's not true. That's not true. That song is not better than I Love Them Strippers. I'm just being honest. Like
yes,
all I'm
it is.
doing. No, it's not.
Is
right?
that, or at most I give you a tie. At most I give you a tie. At most I give you a tie for that. I give you a tie for that. I give you a tie on that.
Yeah. Mike, what do you gotta say?
Yo.
37 Ross.
Well, I'm with Mills. Oh, go ahead. You want to one last thing?
Aston Martin Music or Super Freak?
Aston Martin Music.
That's where we differ. Go, Mike.
Yo,
that's
where we differ.
I take that back.
Right,
I take that back. Aston Martin.
Aston Martin Music? Yo,
Yeah.
you're bugging, bro. Like, you're big bugging. Right
fire, bro.
It was fire. Drake made the song.
Drake, I mean, that's another topic we're going to talk about Drake. But Super Freak, he should have played that somewhere else because that is a good record with G. That's a dope record. He should have played that somewhere. Not against Aston Martin Music. That was a bad decision.
Okay, got this.
I would say that what I feared was going to happen. And like the difference between the two artists showed. And I don't mean like Ross, and I don't mean Priest. Let me get my thought out before you start throwing your arms up. What I'm saying is that a lot of 2 Chainz records are like walking in a strip club, a Chainz record.
Oh yeah.
And Ross was speeding it up, slowing it down. John Legend. It was like I would come down from a 2 Chainz record and kind of vibe to a Ross record and have to go back up for a Chainz record. And like I just didn't like the back and forth that was going. I feel like a Chainz versus Amigos would have been better because it would have been hyped the whole time. Because like similar to like Fab and Jada when they are just lyricists, and so we just listen to bars or versus Ross, DMX and Snoop, and we just listen to classic songs. But it was, I don't know, I just didn't like the vibe. I do think the thing about Chainz, he did better than I thought he was going to do. But too many of his songs was him just on the hook or him just having like 2 verses on the joint. And Ross was playing his songs. Most of Ross' songs was like his joints. And all the 2 Chainz joints was features.
That's not true.
But a lot of his joints was features.
He had 2 Chainz had some features. Like I'm not denying that but Ross played some features too. Let's be honest.
He did, but a lot of it was as many.
Did. Oh, okay, but that's neither.
So
well,
I thought it was closer. I didn't keep score because I couldn't vibe. I didn't know they even played 20 songs when they did.
They played like 23, 24.
Yeah, well, it played some extra.
Yeah. But
I did have Ross winning. It wasn't 15-5, but it definitely wasn't 10-10. But it was somewhere in between.
It was like 12-8.
Maybe. But I do want to bring up one thing. I'm surprised. I know Rad missing Drake, so we can talk about that in a second. But 2 Chainz, yo, somebody need to check on Chainz because every single time somebody misses Jay-Z around Chainz, he gets so sad, bro. He like, yeah, man, I ain't get my record with Hov yet.
He thought he had.
No, that's Ross was like, go ahead, Rad.
No, but
I was about to say like, Ross was like, yeah, no, this is my whole record, blah blah blah, and right after, Chainz like, I ain't get my one with Hov yet, blah blah. Like every time he got an interview, it's like that's like the one thing he need in the game to say, all right, I am good. And Preach, I do want to come to you because you and I are the Jay-Z fans here. Why don't you think Hov want to do a record with him, or do you think it's not that they just haven't connected?
Yeah, I don't think it's not the fact that Hov doesn't want to do a record. I mean, I don't think now.
Yes, it is.
No. Hov has done records with people who are far worse than 2 Chainz.
That's my point. That's the point.
Future being one of them, but
Future being one of them.
Yeah, Hov did. To be honest,
I know, but you saying Future is worse than 2 Chainz?
2 Chainz is am I saying something that I shouldn't be saying?
A lyricist maybe, but that's
He's
not
a better
like
rapper.
artist.
He's a better.
Bar
2
for
Chainz
bar.
is a better rapper than Future. Yes, that's a fact.
Yeah,
Well, that's okay. Yeah, that's
Go
a
ahead,
fact.
go ahead.
I'm not even wrong. We don't even got to talk about that. But I think it was just timing. I think it's just timing. Because at the end of the day, like
Chainz been in the game for like 15 years, bro. They haven't found time in 15 years.
yeah, but Chainz didn't get popular until after 2011, as far as mainstream.
Okay, 9 years.
So, but what I'm saying is, even with that being said, I'm sure a record could have got done, but I mean, it happens like that. I mean, like it's a lot of people who don't have records with a lot of people. That doesn't mean that they don't respect them as an artist.
I do remember Chainz saying that he had something in the works but didn't fall through. But I think honestly that's like the benchmark, bro. If you get a J record, you feel like you reach, that's a Grammy for people. That's that. I walk through this door. Now, I'm gonna go to rock. I'm gonna be invited to the rock brunch.
Brunch.
But he was.
He was. What I'm saying, it's just that next door you walk into as an artist. If you got that J feature that you can play in a place like this, you know what I mean? Like it just shows you who got the better friends, and that's Ross. Ross had the better Drake verses, the better Drake songs, better Kanye songs, and had the Jay-Z record. So I mean,
Well, I think it is like a seal of approval, right? Because I remember when Hov was on the Breakfast Club, they asked him, "Who you listening to right now?" He was like, "No, I'm listening to Cole, Wale, Kendrick, and a couple rappers I won't mention right now because they don't deserve that Jay-Z approval." Okay, Jay is co-signing them, so I don't know.
That's exactly what it is, bro. That's exactly what it is.
I'm just asking, Priest. I'm just asking.
No, let me say this. I remember when 2 Chainz was scorching, it was reports, and we've seen it. I think it was clips of Beyonce and Jay-Z screaming "True." Like it was literally clips of that. So I mean, they were in the frenzy for a moment. So I mean, I don't know why it didn't happen, but I'll say this.
They probably was at their house. I'm singing Old Town Road too. That don't mean he gonna hop on with Lil Nas X.
I was like, yo, bro, Rad. I was like, if Beyonce say you don't need somebody to do a Soulja Boy record, like what?
Who cares?
Hope should have did a Soulja Boy record. But anyways, let me say this. Soulja Boy has a classic album. I just want to throw that out there. But let me say this.
Soulja Boy versus Bow Wow.
That's a tough one. But let me say this.
They said Bow Wow versus Lil Mama, but they say the same person anyways.
That's terrible. Can I say this, Mike, about the battle, and we can move on about the battle. I agree. This wasn't a good matchup. Some people have said 2 Chainz and Meek Mill. I think it would have been a better matchup because Ross he's just a better artist than him. But as far as those songs, like I have to disagree with that because I don't think that's fair. Just because you are showing your versatility, yes, that makes you a better artist, but that doesn't mean that the song that you're playing is better than the one that you're up against. That's just my opinion.
No,
We can move on.
I did find it funny. Ross was like, he was about to play one song. I forgot what it was. He was like, yeah, this is where we separate. Yeah, and I don't know if he was saying that to Ross. I mean, to the Chainz, or was he just saying that to just like, no, this is where we separate like the bosses from whoever.
No, he was saying it to 2 Chainz.
No, 2 Chainz said the whole night. Y'all gonna stop bullying me, bro? Y'all gonna stop bullying me? He was saying that the whole night. He knew what was happening, bro. He knew. Now he did. I respect 2 Chainz when he brought out the essential workers. Shout out to Chainz. Ross won up to him when he got the massage for 30 minutes. Like, there's levels to this, bro. Ross is levels to this, bro. Come on, Chainz.
All right. So yeah, we could talk about Drake later, right? But I know you wanted to bring him up because you texted in the group chat about something. Cool. We could I want to find some time for you later. All right, so let's get it. All right, so all right, let's get into the National Basketball Association. Another great week of basketball. Still no COVID tests, so no COVID cases. Happy about that. But I do want to talk about one of my favorite watches in the NBA right now. A great point guard. One of my favorite teams, and that's the Blazers. And I want to talk about their favorite player, and that's Dame, because Dame had a crazy weekend. He went up. He had 51 against, I think, the 76ers. But I don't want to talk about that game. I want to talk about the Saturday one against the Clippers. Okay, that's the game I want to talk about. That's the game where I think something interesting happened. Dame, Priest got some live reports coming in.
Nah, I mean,
you want to announce?
Let me say this. We record this on Tuesday. Dame got 58 right now. I mean, y'all don't know what's about to happen, but he is scorching right now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, Dame,
game too.
Yo, he is my favorite person to watch right now in the league. I love watching the Blazers play. I just like the Blazers. I like CJ and I like Melo. All right, Preach, can we get back to the show, Preach, or you gonna watch your phone?
So Max Kleber just hit a 3. Yeah, we can go, man.
All right, so, but he didn't have 58 against the Clippers. He had 22. Yo, Preach. Yo, we gonna do a show, or we not gonna do a show?
Go, Mike.
Yeah, go on. So
he got 61, Mike. That's what it is.
oh my.
Yeah, he already going up.
Yo,
You brought him
crazy.
up, Mike. You brought him up.
I smoke it. That's my dog. I like watching him play. He is, to me, like I just said, one of the best watches in the league, because he get to the rack. He got wig, and he pulling up from 40, and he a dog. So, but I want to talk about the dog part, because he had 22 against the Clippers, but he shot like 2 for 10 from 3, and to like win the game, I think like 18 seconds left, down by 1. He had 2 foul shots, missed both. And, Patrick Beverly on the sideline saying, like, Dame time, mocking him. Then after the game, Dame was asked about it in the interview. So give me a little bit. I want to lay everything out before I go to Mills. But in the interview, they asked him about it. And this is what Dame said. I'm going to paraphrase. He said, I sent Pat Bev home before. Paul George got sent home by me last year in the playoffs. Pretty much saying they know what I'm about. So, yes, they expect me to beat them. So, because I didn't beat them this time, they're going all crazy. So, in 2020 fashion, they carry the beef on Twitter. Paul George, and you getting sent home this year. Pat Bev said Cancun on 3. Dame replied back to Paul George and said, Paul George keeps switching teams, running from the grind. You boys chumps. So, I mean, it got serious.
Got crazy.
So, I just talked a lot of Mills, so I don't want to go to you. But let me know, for one, what do you think about the beef that they have going on right now, the Clippers and Portland and Dame and everybody else, in general? And then whose side are you on? Are you, team Dame Dollar, or are you lacing up the low black forces with Pat Bev? What you doing, Millie?
I think, a little beef is good. It gives you that push, that drive to be better than what you are. And to be honest, Patrick Beverly don't have the right to say anything because he trash, bro. I mean, he's a great defender. I mean, he gives you that lift, that motivation, that spark. But, I mean, for one, none of them got a ring. Dame is arguably one of the better players out of the group. One of the top player out of the group.
Him and Paul George.
Him and Paul George. Paul George don't got a ring either. And Dame is really that boy. Like, he in games. He's a killer. You know what I mean? You want him to miss those 2 free throws. But we all know it happens. You know what I mean? It happens. People got those moments when they just not as clutch as you want them to be. Clutchness does not happen on every night. You know what I mean? I mean, you got to put in the work. He's an 89% free throw shooter, give or take a percentage. I mean, that's a great free throw shooter. I mean, mistakes happen. I mean, he put his team on his back, night in and night out. So, I mean, it is what it is. You can say what you want about the man, but he's a great ball player. And Patrick Beverly, I don't believe you have the right to say anything because the man is just nice and he'll give you that work on any given night.
Yo, anybody that hoop in all black ones, low tops, got the right to say anything to anybody at any time. All right, how about you, Rat?
I respect what Patrick Beverly and them did. Patrick Beverly did. You know what I mean? Because if Dame would have hit it and did the Dame time, it would have been Dame time. You know, I got this analogy. I don't know if it's, but Dame is really good. I think I like Dame. But who was the comedian? Was it Cat Williams? He said when you look at a Chrysler 300 at the light, it's nice. Then a Rolls Royce pull up and you're like, whoa. And so Dame is nice, but Steph is the Rolls Royce. So you looking at Dame like this, Steph not there. So that's why. So it's like Dame is good and all that, but if Steph was playing and all that, Golden State was in this, then you would see the real Rolls Royce who Dame is trying to really be in this Steph. But I respect Dame.
Trying to be Steph, bro.
What? He pulling up from 40? Who started that? Steph.
He been
like,
pulling up from 40.
Jimmer, my guy Jimmer.
And Gilbert Arenas is pulling up from 50.
Oh, Hibachi,
No, he
chef.
wasn't.
Hibachi. Yo, you crazy if you think Gilbert wasn't pulling up for 50.
Steph did it and got rings and MVPs. How about that one? He did it successfully. How about that? All right, it's quiet now. All right, cool. So So I'm saying like Dame is good. I like Dame. I'm a big fan of Dame. But I mean, until you like solidify yourself and to be more than just hitting game winners in the playoff series and then get swept the next one, or hitting game winners in a regular season game and do something bigger. I mean, people got the right to talk. Patrick Beverly can talk to you. Paul George can say something about you. I mean, you Wade boys home. It's Dame time. So I mean, if you get out that energy, you can get it back. That's all I'm saying. I like Dame. It's not a knock against Dame, but you can't be mad if somebody do something when you do that to other people as well. So as it is what it is.
Well, I don't know if Dame was mad because after like the show or after the game and they asked him about it, he wasn't mad. He just said like, it's not disrespect what they did. He said it's actually a sign of respect that they expected me to make those shots. And when I didn't, they got all excited and went crazy. He said just a sign of respect. So, I mean, Dame wasn't looking at it from like, oh, I'm mad. Patrick Beverly, shut up. He was just like, yeah, I'm Dame time. You know what time it is. I didn't send y'all home. So, like, y'all got lucky this one time. But once the playoffs start, highlight me then. Is what Dame's pretty much saying.
Yeah, and I still don't got the Blazers beating the Clippers if they play each other. So yeah,
that's the issue with Dame. Like, you can't hit game winners and stuff, but bro, you gotta start making it happen in the playoffs where you just win series, just win series, and then do it in a championship, right?
I lost Steph Curry.
So, Priest, what do you think?
Well, I agree. People can talk stuff when they want to talk stuff, but I'm on Dame's side. Because like Mills said, nobody has a championship with who's talking right now. And I think, let's just be clear, Damian Lillard is a better player than Paul George. That's a fact. Paul George, to be honest, probably one of the most overrated players in basketball as we speak. I mean, if we be honest, since 2014, Paul George has not made it out the first round of the playoffs. And if you can remember, Paul George and Russell Westbrook, they lost to a Utah Jazz team who had a rookie on their team by the name of Donovan Mitchell. Like, Paul George is really garbage. He had a couple of highlights with the Pacers, but like he's like, and I'm gonna be honest, I've been going back and forth, and I've been holding Paul George in high regard. But at the end of the day, what has he won? He hasn't won anything. He hasn't done anything. He's trash.
Neither has Dame, bro. What are you talking about?
Damian Lillard went to a Western Conference final with a bad
Paul
team.
George went to the Eastern Conference final. So what?
Yeah, but he had a better team. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. And you can say whatever you want to say. And that's fine. That's fine. What I'm saying is we can argue accolades because obviously both of them they don't have championships. But also with Pat Beverly, like to be honest, I think it's trash because Paul George is riding on Kawhi coattails. Like, you haven't done anything. Like, what have you done except lose? Like, so like, and then to add insult to injury, like, bro, they really just embarrass you in front of millions of people on national television. Stop talking to me. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, if we keep it all the way to G, if we was in a park and I just gave somebody 50 and hit a game winner, stop talking. Until you beat me, stop talking. Like don't talk no more. Like, if we was all out and you got into a scrap with somebody and you beat them, like, the next day, the person is not supposed to come and talk stuff. Like, just be quiet. Be humble. Because you just was humble. And I'm going to be honest, I don't like Paul George. Even that comment he said when Damian Lillard hit him in the face in the playoffs, that was a bad shot. Like, be quiet. Like, what are we talking about bad shots for? Like, what? Like, stop talking. You're a bad player. Go sit down somewhere, man.
Oh my God.
So preach. So Paul George kind of spoke to what you talked about a little bit, and once Dame called him out about him switching teams, Paul George kind of played the sympathy card, right, about his leg and his injury. What did you think about when Paul George kind of, once it was time to get in the ring, you talking stuff, you going home this year, for him to kind of run and to his shield, well, I got hurt, and that's why I'm not where I am or where I expected to be. You know what I'm saying?
Paul George is soft. We can call a spade a spade. Like, I'm gonna be honest, he came back from a horrific injury, and kudos to him for that. But at the end of the day, he's not mentally tough. And to me personally, I just, like, on some level, I agree with Dame. I'm not so, I don't want to say hell bent on, I don't care about people like going to other teams. That's neither here nor there. If you want to leave your team, leave your team. But Dame does have a point, right? Like, he's a runner, man. He's a runner. When the going gets tough, the man run to the next thing, man. So,
Right. You want to respond to Preet's take, and I'm gonna go to Mills, and we can move on.
No, I mean, I understand what Dame is saying that, but I mean, you can hold that. If he never win, he can still have that excuse because he chose to stay in Trailblazers, chose to go down with the ship. But I mean, bro, that's on you, bro. I mean, obviously you can, but you can't use that as this is what I'm gonna choose to do. I'm gonna stay here, I'm gonna hold pack. But if you don't win, you're gonna use that as an excuse for somebody else because they left and got a ring. I mean, potentially, if the Clippers win or something like that. So I hear Dame on that, and I hear you. But if it's you're gonna do that, it's not an excuse at the same time. So if like Paul George used an excuse for his injury, you can't use the excuse of that you running to team as far as why if he win more to you or something like that. So I like Dame, so I don't want to seem like I'm against Dame, but I see both sides on this.
All right. So Mills, I do want to come to you before we get off, because when the whole bubble started, Preach was talking about, he can see business ventures coming out of this, and it's going to be great. And I don't want to say it's having an adverse effect, but Kyle Lowry did tell Aaron Gordon to meet me at 8:36. So do you think, like, once the playoffs start and you're going to play hard playoff games versus somebody, and then potentially just see that person who maybe followed you high or whatever, see them walking around campus, see them eating lunch or however they are doing it, playing cornhole, do you think that would lead to maybe a more playoff series from like the 90s where like boys really, really got beef versus the 2020 more finesse game?
I don't think the game really gonna change. It might get a little more on the physical side. I think boys are gonna, their effort is gonna grow tremendously, around that time. Cause you right there, you know what I mean? Compared to me being in Philly and you being in Nebraska, you know what I mean?
It's literally no NBA team in Nebraska.
not one more.
I'm just throwing out locations, bro.
California, just say California, bro. Just come on.
I'm just throwing out locations.
But half
but
of
throw
them
out
got
correct
NBA.
one. Throw out correct one next time, bro. Sorry.
I'm throwing out
Nebraska.
Bro, I don't even know where Nebraska came from, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. But but y'all all in the same location now, man. So that talking, that smack talking, gonna be right there. You know what I mean? That you know what I mean? I'm a grill you, gonna be right there. That push, that drive, gonna be right there. I think the playoffs gonna be real intense. I think it's gonna be a lot of text too. A lot of text. Ooh, it's gonna be a lot of text, a lot of front.
I am crying because I asked Mills, do you think being in a bubble is gonna be a more competitive playoff? He said no, and to continue to give explanation of why being in a bubble is gonna be a more intense playoff. Yeah, I cried.
No,
but Mills, I agree.
You
okay.
described it as
like the 90s.
Finesse, and then the 1960s is what you said, actually.
I said 1990s, and I say 60s. Okay, so it won't. Oh yeah, preach. Hold on. But okay, so it won't be like the 90s, but it will be. You think it will be a little bit more physical than just a normal, NBA playoff basketball, just because they do see each other. All right, go ahead, preach. You got something you wanted to add?
We can move on real quickly, but I just think, I mean, they're just playing ball. Like, I mean, and to be honest, you can argue with, just to rebuttal on Mike, you can argue with somebody and then, the next moment, y'all sitting down, y'all eating. I mean, basketball's an intense game. We argue all the time when we playing. And then afterwards, we fine. I mean, so I don't
we brothers. We brothers.
Okay, but we don't know if they're brothers or not. I mean, we don't know that their relationship. I mean, just like Kyle Lowry saying, Aaron Gordon, meet me in my hotel room. Then it's like, okay, when I see you, I'm slapping you up. I don't know if that's necessarily what's happening, but I think I don't like. We see these things, and we have to understand it's entertainment at the end of the day. Now, the Dame situation, I honestly think Dame is who he is. I'm gonna keep it a stat. But as far as everybody else, I mean, I think it's a mere bag of shells. I mean, y'all hoop at the heat of the moment. Next minute, y'all trying to see what's up with the investment.
I don't know that T.J. Warren, Jimmy Butler, that's ramping up. They might throw in the gloves next time they see each other.
Nah, Jimmy Butler's a fake.
I think the difference is y'all gonna see each other in the lunchroom. Like y'all gonna see each other every day, bro. Compared to me going back and forth with you on a Monday, and I'm not gonna see you again until 2 weeks later. You know what I mean? They gonna see each other at lunchroom. They
like Larry said, meet me at room 836, bro. You're not saying that any other you know what I'm saying? So I feel you preach, but I'm with Mills. I think this playoffs might be a little bit more chippy than we are used to. All right, so let's move on. Let's move on to another point guard that I feel is must see TV, and that's Luka. He went for 36. 14 rebounds, 19 assists against the Bucks, and it came back down 7 or whatever they were to tie and then win in overtime. I did win some money. Thank you, Luka. That was the last bet I needed for the day. Won a couple of dollars. So, Rad, what were you thinking when you were watching that game, seeing Luka just kind of take over and go off like that?
I put Luka in this box where there's offensive, I guess this playmaking offensive genius where you got the Oscar Robinsons, the Larry Birds, the Magic Johnsons, the LeBron James, and I put Luka right in that in that lineage. I put him right in that lineage. I think when you watch him play,
high praise.
No, when you watch him play,
are you missing any names?
No, I'm talking about playmaking offensive geniuses. Playmaking.
No, I'm asking you, are you missing names? Or did you miss a name or two?
No, I'm telling you why I'm saying it's that's the lineage of players, or maybe I don't know, but that's the people I'm talking about. That's the people I'm talking about. I think multiple MVPs, multiple championships, and that's the lineage I'm talking about. As far as playmaking, bigger guards, in that mode of player.
I'm sorry, I only interrupted you because I was just asking, are you missing Kobe Bryant's name in this category?
No, he's not in that
so
lineage.
You're not.
No, I didn't say Jordan name either, bro. I'm not. He's not. He's in the. I just said Oscar Robertson, Larry Bird, the Magic Johnsons of the word, the LeBron James, and the Lukas. Like that. I'm not talking about killer shooters who going score 50 a night. I'm talking about those playmakers who give you 15 assists, score 2, and just literally control the court with their vision, with their playmaking skills. That's what I'm talking about. Kobe and Jordan wasn't doing that. They was killing, giving you 40 a night, and of course they had assists too, but it's a different way. I'm talking about watching them play. It's a different style of basketball. It's a different. You telling me Luka? You telling me Luka, Larry Bird, and Magic Johnson, LeBron played the same way as Jordan and Kobe? No, they did not. They did not.
I'm glad you said that. They did not play the same way as them. Because they played a level above them. Because that's what they did. Right.
I'm not saying that's not true. I'm not saying that's not true.
And Kobe Bryant wasn't a basketball savant. They didn't control the offense. They didn't play make for everybody. What are we talking about? You just said that Luka Doncic is something above Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Mike, did anybody else say that?
I did not say that. I said the lineage of player he's in is he's compared to the Magic Johnsons of the world, the Larry Birds, and the LeBron James, the archetype of the player. Not how the archetype of the player, the playmaking, had a ball in his hand all the time, creating for his other players. What are you talking about?
I guess my argument is saying, why is Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan not mentioned in that category as well? They had the ball all the time. They played made to everybody, and they
Are
did
you
everything else.
Rad? Are you saying because Luka? Are you saying Luka is passed first?
Yes. Playmaking,
That's why.
yes. Like that's all I'm saying. Like
This dude take 20 shots a game. What are you talking about? Was Russell Westbrook passed first when Russell Westbrook was averaging those amount of assists? Huh?
Sam, can I finish my point, please? Like, you're bugging right now. Like, yo, this man is straight bugging.
You're
bugging.
Sam don't
You're
play
losing
when
your
it comes
mind.
to Kobe. He don't play when it comes to
I'm
Kobe.
a Kobe fan. I'm a bigger Kobe. This is not a slight to Kobe or Jordan any type of way. I don't know how he even thought that that's what that. I'm a Kobe fan. I'm not slighting Kobe at all. I'm saying Luka is in the lineage of the Magics and Birds and the LeBrons. Like, if that tree, Jordan and Kobe is in a different, it's over there. That's all I'm saying. They're over there doing what they're doing. But the lineage of playmaking, like just how they see the floor, like see the next pass, how they play like that, how Larry and Magic had that gift of passing and playmaking. I think Luka is on that level, and he's gonna have multiple championships and multiple MVPs.
Ooh. All right, Priest. Let me come to you with my. I can't even get my question out before y'all two. Well, y'all two already going crazy, yo. Mills, you gotta get in between these two. All right. Yo, I want to get a little deeper here when it comes to Luka, because it's this theory, right, of like the quote unquote the great white hope in sports. We've seen it with like Jim Jeffries, Tommy Morrison, even with basketball with Bird. It's a theory of like the quote unquote great white hope, trying to get the white athlete to be on top of the game before. So before I get into my question, would y'all agree that Dirk was the best white player since Bird?
Without question. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just making sure. We're on the same page. Preach. We never know with you. Preach. So, but since, go ahead.
You can finish what you're saying.
I would say so. But it's been plenty of players come like J.J. Redick, Adam Morrison, even Gordon Hayward, that was supposed to be like reach this level of like, okay, we finally got one. All right, here comes J.J. Redick, take the storm by the league. Nope, role player. Adam Morrison, here he come. Nope, out the league soon.
Hansborough.
I mean, I don't know, man. He wasn't even skilled at North Carolina. He was just muscle. But people loved him. The thought of the quote unquote the great white hope that's going to come in and take the league by storm. So what I'm asking y'all is Luka is he finally quote unquote the great white hope? Mills, I'm gonna go to you first, Mills. Mills, he's been quiet.
Well, y'all know me, short and sweet. Luka is that boy, bro. It's crazy. Like the man, his overall game is just amazing. He's showing that leadership, bro. He's giving you the points you need. He's leading the team, in points. He's getting his players involved. You know what I mean? He's really that boy. Like, he's just amazing. And he got that killer instinct. You need that killer instinct, and he got it. So, I mean, that answers the question.
No, it actually does not.
You didn't answer that.
Is he the great white hope or not? Is he the player? Is he the player that people have been waiting for? The quote unquote the white people have been waiting for, like, the white person that is almost as good or better than like the black players in the league. Is he that player that people have been waiting for?
He's that player, 100%.
All right, Rad, do you agree with that?
Yeah. I think I'm gonna get a Luka jersey too. If y'all need some, hit me up. Sorry.
I'm not doing all that, but Luka, yes, he's gonna be a perennial top 5. He's gonna have, I'm gonna say, at least 2 MVPs and at least 2 rings by the end of his career.
Yeah, preach.
You gotta put the last two week clips of Preach with Luka takes. This
one, I'm waiting for this one. All right, Preach, you've been wishy-washy. You've been wishy-washy on Luka. How do you feel? Is he the great white hope?
Luka Doncic is a great player, right? Like, I'm not. Anybody can see that. But the thing is, when you talk about great white hope, I think we kind of have two different definitions, because the problem with Dirk Nowitzki and with Luka Doncic is that they're not
they aren't American?
American born. So I mean, like the idea of no, they do care about that. No, they actually do care about that. That's why Larry Bird is still mentioned in such a high regard because he was American born. And Dirk Nowitzki, even though I'm not saying that people did not like him, but the fact that he was from Germany, I think he was from Germany. And I think Luka Doncic is from Slovenia, if I'm not mistaken. Like that's why they're not put in that light, like that mainstream light, right? So I mean, they are great white hopes to a degree, but that's why the people were still waiting on like the JJ Redditts, the Gordon Haywards. Like they want those players because they are American born. They're from a rural place in wherever. You know what I mean? Exactly. They play for Hoosier. Like, you know what I mean? Like that kind of idea of it. So in that regard, you know, we differ on the definition. But as far as Luka Doncic, like I'll be honest, he's a great player. I can't take anything away from him. He's young. I mean, he's only been in the league, 2 years, and he's putting up these amazing numbers. But I stick by what I said, man. I don't think he'll ever win a championship. And I think that he like in these next 2-3 years, he hit his peak. You know, I don't think he'll ever get better than this, which is great. Like he's a great player, but I don't think
he just had 36, 14, 19. If he get any better than that, I'm like.
Yeah, but also he just lost to a Dame Lillard, and he didn't like. I mean, he's a great player. I'm not taking nothing.
He's 21, bro.
I would say, well, Rad, let me ask Priest this one question before I go back to you. The issue, or where I think it's a disconnect between you and I with that is, I don't think it matters when it comes to that, because like I get what you're saying, like the Indiana, born. Raised on a farm, like it sounds cool, but when Floyd fought Conor McGregor, the fact that Conor McGregor was Irish did not matter.
Yeah,
a lot of white people was going for him.
But that has nothing to do with Conor McGregor. That had everything to do with Floyd Mayweather. In every other fight, everybody goes against Floyd Mayweather. So I mean, that's not. I think that's kind of a different argument. Like people just don't like Floyd.
Well, true, but if you look at it's kind of like it may not be similar to us in hockey, but I don't care if the dude was Jamaican or Haitian. Like if he was black, like okay, I'm gonna root for the black dude in a white sport. And when it comes to the Great White Hope, I don't know if it's the same. I'm just saying okay, he's Slovenian, but at least he's white. You know what I'm saying? So
we don't do the same thing in soccer. We don't do the same thing in soccer. Because
I don't watch soccer at all.
Well, I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of. Well, we don't do the same thing in basketball like that. To be honest, let's keep it all the way a G. Tim Duncan was from the Virgin Islands. You don't get that much love. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, Akeem Olajuwon. What I'm saying is he's not. Tim Duncan is not in the same light. I'm not saying as far as like his accolades or what he's done.
That's
I'm
a Tim Duncan thing.
That's a personality thing.
Okay, Hakeem Olajuwon.
Bro,
Same difference.
Show me a list that has
Same
top
difference.
10 NBA players that doesn't have Duncan and Hakeem on it.
Well, what the thing is, you can't like Tim Duncan has to be on there because of what he's done. But what I'm saying is he's not talked about in the same light as American-born players. That's just a fact. He's not. You do not hear Tim Duncan's name often.
Because he don't talk.
You do.
Yeah, you do.
He's the greatest power forward of all time. People say that every day.
No. I understand it, but what I'm saying is we do not hear this. Like we hear other names more than Tim Duncan all the time.
Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, bro. I mean, like
we hear
Allen Iverson.
We hear Allen Iverson name more. He never won a ring. We hear Charles Barkley name. We hear Patrick Ewing name. We hear all these other names more than we hear Tim Duncan.
We do not hear Patrick Ewing name over Tim.
You don't definitely hear Patrick Ewing name, but you hear
over
Charles
Tim
Barkley
Duncan?
name because he on TNT every.
We hear
every
Shaq's
night.
name.
He on TNT too.
He's
They on
Shaq.
TNT.
We hear Kareem's name.
No, I'm about to throw this mic at you. No, we don't. We do not hear Kareem name. What are you talking about?
I don't.
Not as much as Tim Duncan.
I never hear people talk about Tim Duncan. I don't.
Because he's sweet. He's boring. What's there to talk about? Oh, Tim Duncan.
Like
had 20.
Kareem. If Kareem,
And 15 was off the glass. The
I hear
dream
Magic.
Kareem was a big. If Kareem was
hear Magic,
a bigger personality, he would clearly be a better because his stats
Yeah.
suggest he should be. It's just the personalities, the people who bigger than life. Kobe's, Michaels, Shaq's, Magic's, AI's. They transcended the sport.
Yo, half the top players went to Hakeem for training. LeBron, Kobe, Dwight Howard tried.
I'm not denying that. What I'm saying is, because they are not American born, we do not hear their name as much. That was my argument.
I bet you $1,000 if you ask any regular fan, is Tim Duncan, where's Tim Duncan born? They gonna say America. They're not gonna say Virgin Islands. Nobody.
Yeah, nobody-
it's not common
no.
knowledge.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that.
Nobody knows. He just started playing. He started playing basketball in college. At Wake Forest. Nobody. People just don't
Wake
know stuff like
Forest.
that. People just think Tim Duncan's Tim Duncan. That's not common knowledge, Sam. I'm sorry.
It is common knowledge.
No, it's not.
Yeah. All right.
And let me say this. Okay. And even if it's not common knowledge, then that means then you're improving my point. People don't talk about him as much. Thank you very much. You can go, Mike.
You got it.
I said Kobe. Was he born in Italy?
Yeah, something like that.
But that's the bean, though. Like, we're talking about trans.
All
Like he literally went. Who did he go to prom with?
Jordan was born in New York.
Yeah.
Jordan was
He's
born in New
American
York.
born. Like, that's American born to me. Like,
Jordan was born in New
if you went to prom with Randy, that means you was born here. Come on now.
All right, Mills. I do want to get a little deeper, and because Rad mentioned it, no, we only 2 years in. Only 2 years in, Luka putting up crazy numbers.
Here we go.
If you had to bet, if you had to put all your money, because let's just keep it a buck, right? While the NBA is looking for the next Michael Jordan, like Preach said, white people is looking for the next Larry Bird. So Mills, do you think that Luka, if you had to bet right now, all your money, would you bet it that Luka will or will not be better than Larry Bird when it's all said and done? Like on list, will he be on a list higher than Larry Bird once he is done?
No.
Come on, Mills, you can't have dead air on the podcast,
No.
man. Here you go.
No. I had to think about it. I think the game is totally going into a different direction. I think there's going to be a lot more skilled players coming in the future. And I think that the game is just going to take a total different approach. I mean, I don't think those stats that you saw back in the day is going to be comparable to the stats you see in the future. That's just my opinion. I think players that's averaging like 30 and 40 right now, in the next 2 or 3 years, they're not going to be averaging that much no more, man. It's probably going to drop to the 20s. I think it's going to evolve more into a team game than players. I'm trying for real. Watch.
Hey, no, all right, Mills. You have to explain that though. Explain why are you saying that? You can't just say that. It makes no sense because literally points is going up a lot. Like they never going to travel no more.
Mike.
It's as simple as people shoot more threes equals more points.
Well, I'm not talking about points per game. I'm talking about like individual points per game. Like total team wise, the numbers will probably grow. But individually, I don't think those numbers are going to grow in the future. I think it's going to be more of a team sport. I don't think you're going to have these superstars, like they are right now. I think everything going to be even playing field in the next couple of years, all the way around, and it's going to be.
Okay. I think I heard what you're saying. You think the role player is going to get a lot better, so you don't need that superstar going for 50 because you got your 7th, 8th bench player that's like super nice that's going to go for 20 or 15. I think you're crazy. Yeah. I totally disagree with that. I think it's going to be role players to the day we die.
It's always going to be somebody better than somebody else.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was with Mills until he was veered off. So I will say this: as far as Luka Doncic, being better than Larry Bird,
Legend,
and I think that's the issue because you're trying to be better than a ghost, right? Like the legend of Larry has become it's almost like yo man, you see Larry used to shoot with his eyes closed, dude. Like you know what I mean? Like the legend has grown to a point where it's
Larry Bird, like like 6'11" now. Like
Yeah.
every time somebody talk about him, he get taller and bigger.
Exactly. Yo, you see Larry, he used to pass with 2 fingers. Like, you know what I'm saying? The legend has gone to another level. Luka Doncic is an amazing player. I want to be clear when I say that. I don't bash him. I just think that there's some flaws in this game. But to Mill's point, to be honest,
Skip him, bro.
it's for different. And,
preach. Like you was breaking up. I was gonna stop you and go to Rab, but go ahead,
Okay.
finish your thought.
Okay, I didn't really say anything either. But I think what happened is I didn't say anything. But as far as Luka Doncic is concerned, it's tough, man. Because in order for you to be better than Larry Bird, you gotta at least win 3 rings. For me, I'm gonna be honest. You gotta win 3 rings. And what made Larry a way better player is his rivalry with Magic Johnson, right? And the Lakers. So, like, I mean, like, who was that other team? Who was those other players? You get what I'm saying? Like, it has to be something like that in order for Luka to take his game to another level. So, I mean, for me, it's tough. I don't know. And to be honest, like, I was with Mills when he was saying, as far as like the talent is going to be amazing, I think the talent is going to be the talent is going to grow. Like, everybody's going to be great. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna have great players. Like it's gonna be players coming in that's gonna be pulling from 50. You know what I'm saying? So it's I don't. Luka's he's a great player, but I think he's gonna be overshined by more people coming in. Personally.
All right, you mentioned Larry Legend. You put him in the same ilk as him already. Do you think if he played 20 years, you think he could pass Larry Legend?
It's possible, right? It's definitely possible because LeBron had all this hype came in it, and he actually did the hype. You know what I mean? So to say that nobody can do it, no. Like, LeBron is being mentioned with Jordan. Better than Kobe, better than Magic already. I'm not saying I meant better than Magic, better than Bird. I don't think he's better than Kobe, but whatever. But he's being talked in that ilk, and nobody would have thought like somebody can crack that top 5 or whatever. So it's definitely possible. But I think like what Sam said, what Bird got going for him is a lot more than like the basketball timeline. Like Magic and Bird is embedded in it. Like you can't do nothing without that. Like, they're so important. They changed the game. You know what I mean? They more than the game from battling in college to battling. Like, you can't write a better script than Larry.
Boston, LA.
You can't write it, and you know what I mean. And Magic,
white, black.
You can't write it better. You know what I mean?
Like
Magic and Bird.
Yeah.
Magic and Bird. Like, them 2 names, you can't write it better. You know what I mean? And I think Doncic. Now, I disagree with Sam in far as like players gonna come just being better than Luka. I don't think so. I think Luka. He's 21 years old right now. He got to contend with people like probably Zion, probably Tatum, maybe Ben, and I don't think any of those guys are definitively better than him, if not better than him. Because I'm thinking right now, you got to think of the people you got to think of the James Hardens, the KDs, all them people. 7 years from now, when Luka's 28, in his optimal prime, all those guys can be retired or 34, 35 years old, and he's gonna be. I think he's gonna be the one, if not the best player, top 2 or 3 best players in the league, and he's gonna be reigning MVP. So I don't see nobody in the way unless. I thought it was going to be Ben Simmons, but I'm doubting that day by day. Honestly, I don't see him going to be.
Did you really think that?
Ben Simmons, yeah. I thought Ben Simmons, the height, the passing ability, but I didn't think he was just going to stay the same. He's literally stayed the same since he got in the league. He didn't get no better. He became a better defender, but he didn't get no better offensively. And I thought he would take steps, and he hasn't. Luka has gotten better than last year, and I expect him to be better. I expect him to be in the top 3 MVP finishes next year, straight up. You know what I mean? So I think
he probably top 3 now.
Yeah, he's going to get you 1 or 2. The fact is, I'm saying the reason I say he's in a mold of the Larry Birds and Magic Johnsons, and the LeBron James of the world, because they got multiple MVPs. Like, they got 3, 4, 5 MVPs because they were just great playmakers. When you that great of a playmaker, people going to expect you are the most valuable player. That just comes with it. It comes with that type of player. And Luka's going to get multiple MVPs simply because he got that third eye. He's in that class of those elite passers, and I think he's that good.
All right, let's get a little deeper, but we're gonna do it quick because I do want to move on.
How deep you want to go, Mike?
Yo,
You've been going as deep can go.
We digging. We digging. All right, we appreciate that pause, preach. Millie, I'm coming back to you. Like I said, we're gonna do it quick. We know you sweet and short Millie, but Shannon Sharp, Uncle Shay on Undisputed said that if Luka was African American, he would be the rave of the NBA. So do you agree with Shannon Sharp? Yeah, hey, I'm just calling Uncle Shay, preach. Don't be throwing your hands up at me.
No, I'm not. I'm just making
Do
up.
you agree with Uncle Shay that if Luka was, he called him African American, but just say black. If Luka was black, do you think that he would be the rave of the NBA, or do you think his stardom or whatever would magnify just because he is black, or do you think him being white is a reason why we do talk about him as much as we do now?
I think him being white is the reason why we talk about him as much as we do now. Because if he was African American, he come right behind LeBron James. I mean, LeBron James is the talk of the African American race.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
In the NBA,
I love when Mill say African American, bro. I love when Mill say African.
LeBron is the face. He's the face.
Well, he's the face of the NBA, yeah, for sure.
Luka would be just an ordinary black person putting up 30 a game.
No. You know what? I agree with Mills. I do agree with that point. Not the LeBron James point, but I do agree with the Luka would just be another player. Like, so I was just saying this. Like, at the end of the day, there's seventh in the West. You know who this reminds me of? Russell Westbrook. Nobody was saying that when Russell Westbrook was on it.
You just told me Russell Westbrook was the best player in the league when he won MVP. What are you talking about?
He won 2 MVPs.
Hear me. He did not win 2 MVPs. I did. Okay, yeah. I said that, but that doesn't mean everybody else was saying that, right? All I'm saying is that they're seventh in the West. Like, what do you want me to say about him? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, he's putting up 30. He's getting a lot of assists. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can rebound the ball. He's a great player. But there are other great players. Like, if he was black, he would just be another great player. He would not be the best great player. We don't consider him better than Kawhi Leonard. If he was black, I wouldn't consider him better than Kawhi Leonard. Nor LeBron James. Nor James Harden. Nor like what? Well, I mean, am I speaking foreign language?
That you finish.
I'm just being honest. Like, we talk about him more because, granted, yes, he's young. He's from Slovenia. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's from Slovenia. Like, let's be honest. Come on now.
Well, so kind of like when Porzingis came in, and like people were kind of mad that they drafted him. Well, New York fans were mad, but then he came and dropped like 21 games, and he was like the best thing since sliced bread. So we
saw more footage of Luka than we did anybody, but you can go right.
Right. So what do you think?
I definitely think that's the case. I think it's the case I thought it was the case a different sport with Christian McCaffrey. If Christian McCaffrey was a black running back coming in the draft, he would have probably went number 2 like Saquon did, but he fell to like 9 because he was white. It's the same difference because I think if Luka's averaging 29, 9, and 9. What are y'all kidding me? Them are insane numbers. Russell Westbrook won an MVP off those numbers. And he was 6th in the West. He shouldn't have won an MVP, but he was Russell Westbrook, but he was Russell Westbrook. Zion Williamson is getting more love than anybody in the world, and he averaging 22 and he played 20 games. What are y'all talking about? If Luka was black, he would have gotten way more praise. The fact that for one, I think the issue is that him being white and he's from a different country and he don't speak English as great. So you're not getting them great interviews that you would like a Zion. You're not gonna go for him for commercials because he don't got his linguistics ain't the best. So I think his English and him being from a different country is his biggest thing. But if he was black, yes, of course it would be all a hoopla. Like ESPN has literally molded their whole season around Zion Williamson. It's that simple. If Luka went to Duke like Zion did and came was doing the same numbers, the whole world will be the whole NBA world will be shaped around him. As simple as that.
I do want to say that's a little different though, right? Because Zion not popping because he's black. He's popping because he was popping in high school, and he went to Duke, and he was popping at Duke, and he came to the league, and was like, all right, we've been watching him for like 3 years. So I think that's why it's not just like he's just black. And Luka's kind of just showed up out of nowhere, like, oh, Dallas drafting Luka. Like, who is that? Oh, another Ricky Rubio was kind of like,
Luka. We've been talking about Luka. Luka was supposed to be the best European player since Dirk, and he is. Like that's what they said he was gonna be. He is that. It's that simple. People been heard about Luka. I mean, I've been hear about Luka.
Yeah, but you gotta be like in it. I'm talking about like a little bit. I didn't see as many videos of Luka overseas doing whatever as I did at Zion in high school. Like I couldn't go a week without seeing Zion dunk on somebody in high school.
Absolutely.
I agree with that.
No. I think, and that's right. We can move on, but the fact that he is not from the States, like I said previously, I think that's more of the reason of why he is not as popular. You know what I'm saying? But the numbers that Rad just named, there's plenty of players who's been doing that.
No, it's not. Stop lying. He's averaging 29, 9, and 9. What are you? He's the fifth in scoring, top 20 in rebounding, top 3 in assists. Like only person who was doing that was Russell Wilson and James Harden and LeBron. That's 3 players. Kawhi don't do it. Paul George didn't do it. Nobody else do that. But what are you talking about? A lot of people do that. That's I think 3 players who did that before. Bro, you out of your mind. Stop saying that. That's a lie.
All right, let's move over to the East. Quick, just a post check with the 76ers. Ben Simmons is now done for the year. Hurt knee. He had surgery. So, and Embiid hurt his ankle. But I don't know the severity of that. Do you guys? I don't know if everything reports came out.
He pretty much gonna be out the rest of the season.
Embiid?
Oh, I said.
No, I'm talking about Embiid. No, Simmons is done. I know. I just said that. I'm talking about what the state of Embiid.
Day to day.
All right, so okay. So for the purpose of this question, let's act like Embiid is going to be fine for the playoffs. So, Preach, I'm going to come to you because 2 shows ago, you told me that Philly was your dark horse. Only if they gave, yeah, I know you can't keep up.
Yeah,
but you said if Shake Milton get all the shots that Big Simmons is going to take. So
he was 4 for 12 tonight for 8 points. Just to let you know that. Just you can finish though.
Nobody just had the game winner the other game.
All right, you right.
So, Preach, I'm going to come to you. What do you think the loss of Ben Simmons does to the 76ers in their champion? Because they were your dark horse. They were one of your dark horse teams.
It was. I agree. They were one of my dark horses. I was a fan of their size, and the potential of their defense is really what kind of did it for me. But with losing Ben Simmons, you lose that versatility on defense. And the only issue is, I'm gonna be honest, Shake Milton, Josh Richardson, Tobias Harris, they're just not good enough. I think. Listen. Let me say this. The pandemic can change things, right? Like, let's be clear. The pandemic can. And going into the pandemic, Shake Milton was a better player than what I'm seeing now. I'm just being honest about it. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he caught COVID and didn't tell anybody, but that's neither here nor there. Losing Ben Simmons and the versatility with him, Thibault, Embiid, and even Al Horford. Like the length they had. I think that they would have smothered people. I think they would have defended the 3-point line with fervor. But losing Ben Simmons, I think it is tough, man. It is tough. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of Ben Simmons, I think he's probably one of the besides Paul George, one of the most overhyped players in basketball. But his defense, he was having a solid defensive year. He's probably defensive player of the year.
Almost defensive player of the year. Yeah, people would give him votes. All right, Millie, what do you think about the loss of Ben Simmons and the 76ers chances now?
I kind of agree with Preach.
Thank you.
Ben Simmons, he was definitely a big loss on the defensive side. Offensively, it wasn't that big of a loss on that side. from what I'm hearing, they're really gonna force feed Joel Embiid the ball, man. They're gonna see.
Who told you that?
What he's
What
about.
you hearing? Who told you that?
It was in an article, bro. I read.
Raw.
Yeah, they're gonna force feed him the ball. See what he about. I mean, this is make it or break it. You can see what your team really about. I honestly like Al Horford. You know what I mean? OG vet. He can put the points up when you need him the most. You know what I'm saying? But they got to see what they made of. A lot of people, they say defense win championships, man. So if you got to see what the rest of your players can do on the defensive side, can you find an defensive leader? That person.
Yo, you really is Perk, bro. I am crying. Listen to
That's crazy.
You really Perk. Nah, I like Horford. I like Horford too, Mills. No, I agree, Mills. All right, Rad, what you think?
Oh my God, I've been holding my tongue for so long. That's the nonsense y'all been talking about. For one, it doesn't make a difference at all because they're going to lose in the first round. That's the Philly. With Ben Simmons, with Embiid, fully healthy, whoever they was going to play, they was going to lose. I think was going to play Heat or somebody.
We weren't saying they was going to win. I'm just saying it's a loss, bro.
If they're going to lose with him or win or lose without him, it's not a loss. They're going to lose.
It is a loss. It's called a better fight, bro. A bigger fight. A better chance of getting a game. You know what I'm saying?
No, they was going to lose either way. Brett Brown, for one, they was going to lose any series. Brett Brown's going to lose his job, and Ben Simmons going to lose his spot on the roster because he's getting traded. Them are the three things that's going to happen this offseason. They're all gone. Brett Brown lost his mind when they thought Shake Milton, a D-League player, was going to come in and start point guard and put Ben Simmons at the 4. That's terrible coaching. Why would you take Ben Simmons, clearly your blitz playmaker, and put him at the 4 and just put him in a dunker spot? Terrible for Shake Milton because he dropped 40 on the Clippers one game. Now Shake Milton, that boy, no, he's terrible like he's been playing. Terrible. So let's keep talking now. Let's keep talking. Brett Brown, you're fired, bro. You're gone. Brett Brown, you're gone. I'm surprised he still has a job now. He is fired. Nolan B is injured like always. They're not going to make out the playoffs. I'm surprised.
Oh my God.
Philadelphia 76ers the whole trust the process. The process has failed. It's failed because Brett Brown's a bad coach. Ben Simmons don't want to shoot, and then B stay injured. It's that simple. Philly is done. We do the process over again. Period.
Wait a minute, Mike.
Yeah, go ahead. I can't even breathe right now. Go ahead.
Let me say this. I do agree Brett Brown is a bad coach. That's
terrible
true.
Coach.
But on the flip side, I think Philly's issue is I think Elton Brown is the GM, if I'm not mistaken, right? I think that
Elton Brand.
Hey, Elton Brand. Did I say Elton John?
Hey, I think you said Elton Brown.
I don't know what you said. What was that?
Yo, Elton John would have been hilarious.
Shout out to him. But let me say this. Letting Jimmy Butler go is that was the issue. Right? Letting Jimmy
he left.
Or whatever. That not keeping Jimmy Butler was the issue. Tobias Harris is just not that player. If we remember, they were one amazing shot away from beating Toronto and going to the finals. Let's be clear on that. They were one amazing shot away. And I think that
was that the finals? I thought they
no.
The Bucks after.
They would have gone to the finals. They would have beat the Bucks. That was one ticket.
Bro, shit. No, you
It
don't.
was some picking. It was some picking.
It was the second round of playoffs. So what?
It was some picking. But that's neither here nor there. I think that Josh Richardson and Tobias Harris have been the biggest letdown.
Al Horford, no, I'm sorry. Let me cut you off. Al Horford is terrible. They brought him over. They gave him $100 million. He's sitting the bench now. He's coming off the bench. He's terrible. They try to play him at the 4 spot with Joel Embiid. Everybody thought it was a good idea. It's a terrible idea. It was a bad pick. Or Horford is old. He needs to go somewhere else. He's been terrible. He can
still make plays, bro.
Terrible. No, he can't. He's terrible. He's
Yeah,
on the bench. He's not even starting no more. He's terrible.
He hit a clutch 3 last game, bro.
Yeah, I think that's coaching. I'm not. Al Horford is not worth $100 million, but Brett Brown is a terrible coach, and his lineups have been questionable to say the least.
He put his trust in Shake Milton.
Yo, can we pause for a second? Did y'all know Rat hated Philly so much? I had no idea. I would have been.
They brought it out of me. They brought it out of me. They talking like, what are y'all talking about? Have y'all been watching the Phillies over? They're a train wreck. They're terrible. They underachieve.
Right.
People had them going to the finals. They're terrible. They literally
they
are
get
terrible.
worse.
Ben Simmons is gone.
But they
Simmons
get
is
worse
traded.
with Ben
Brett
Simmons
Brown is gone. It's over.
Yo, I'm crying.
They're actually better. They're actually better. Joel Embiid plays better without Ben Simmons. That's a fact. Everybody knows that. That's why they're trying to trade him. He's gone. Ben Simmons is gone.
Oh
I
my
don't
God.
know what Rad's talking about. You can go.
Yeah, all right. Whew. All right. So we talked a lot of point guard on this show. So I do want to talk about the best backcourts in the bubble right now. The best backcourts. So Mills, I'm gonna come to you. Give me your top 5 backcourts right now in the bubble.
Number 1.
No, go 5 to 1. Go 5 to 1.
5 to 1.
Go ahead, start the
5.
bottom.
I'm going Devin Booker and Ricky Rubio. 4. I'm going Victor Oladipo and Malcolm Brogdon.
He's just saying stuff now.
He just Google search top 5.
Bro, it's in the bubble, bro.
Okay. Go.
In the bubble.
Did you know who Malcolm Brogdon was before you just put his name on that
Yeah,
list?
bro.
Okay.
Yo, let Mills give his list. Yo, we've been at Mills all show. Y'all gotta chill. Mills gonna
crazy.
quit. Go ahead, Mills. Give me number 3, Mills.
Number 3, I got CP3 and Shai Alexander.
So, yo, I was looking at that, but I wasn't sure if he was a 2 or a 3. Cause they had
Jay?
Dennis Schroeder. Yeah, Schroeder.
Schroeder.
SGA.
He's 6
Yeah.
No, not Schroeder. Somebody else. Dart.
Oh, Baisley.
It was somebody that I didn't know
George.
if FG.
George.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know if SGA was the 2 or the 3, how they were doing it. So I left it off my list.
No,
earlier.
we can use that because they generally talk to him as a 3-guard set. So I mean, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, Mills.
2, you already know, James Harden, Russ. And number 1, I'm going Dame and CJ.
Wow, the disrespect.
All right, Priest, what you got there? Say it's disrespect. What you? Because you talked about his Malcolm Brogdon and Oladipo. You better not have nothing jaking on your list now.
This was tough for me. This was real tough for me. And you know what? I just changed it. Number 5, I got the 3-headed monster: Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Chris Paul, and Dennis Schroeder, 3-guard set. Number 4, I just did this. I got Ricky Rubio, and really, I don't really care about Ricky Rubio, but Devin Booker. Devin Booker has took that next step to me. I think he's a top 10 player in basketball right now, and he's thinking. Listen, you can say whatever you want to say, but Devin Booker is a top 10 player in my opinion. And to be honest, you're not gonna like this. You better.
Who's moving out to top 10, bro?
You better Paul George. But so number 4, I got the Suns, and this pains me right now. But number 3, I got the Trailblazers. CJ McCollum and Dame Lillard. Number 2, of course, I have Toronto, Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet.
Best point guard in the league.
Best point guard in the league. And
You said they was a top backcourt last show.
No. Remember, I switched it.
Yeah.
I did. I switched it, and so I have the Rockets, James Harden and Russell Westbrook, of course.
All right, Rad. Do you? What's your top 5?
My 5 is Rubio and Booker. 4, CP3 and Shea. 3 is Laurie and Fred. 2 is Harden and Westbrook, and 1 is Dame and CJ.
All right, nice. Before I give my list, Rad, do you want to respond to the Devin Booker as a top 10 player now?
No, he's just not. It's that simple. There's no need to go into it. He's just not. I hate that Sam is doing this because he's making me go against players I like. Like, people know I like Devin Booker. I really like Devin Booker. I'm a fan of Devin Booker. But to put him in the top 10, bro, like, what are you even talking about? Like,
People know you like Devin Booker.
Name the players that's better than Devin Booker. Name them. Name the 2 guards. Name the 2 guards better than Devin Booker right now. Name them. I'm listening.
You said you want me to name the 10 players or the 2?
No, there's 2 guards.
Name the 2 guards that's better than him.
The 2? Like, so
The
say if
2
James Harden
guards.
2, I take James Harden. I still take Clay over him. I'm still taking Clay over him, and that's probably it. But B. Bill and him is probably is right there. Him, B. Bill, and CJ McCollum is all right there.
Okay, that's a matter of opinion.
All right.
That's what I'm saying. It's
I'm gonna
those
give my-
3. It's those 3 right there. I mean, Booker can be ahead of both of them, but they are right there.
I could see us doing a top 10 players in the NBA list down the line sometime. So we can
Devin
talk
Booker's
about
not
that.
on nobody's list. We know that.
He on Priest's list. He just said it.
Sure he is. Yeah.
So I'm gonna give my list. So I did go with the Suns, Book and Rubio, 100% just Book. I mean, I could care less about Rubio.
Rubio's getting his shot.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, right. 4. Y'all ain't gonna like this, but I went the Clippers. I like Pat Bev. I like Paul George. So I went Clippers as my number 4. Pat Bev with the all black forces in the playoff, in the bubble. He turned it up because he gonna have that sticky outside boys hotel room. Like, yo, if you drop 25 on me, I'm coming back. I
definitely thought about that, but not with Pat Bev, man.
Yeah, I know, but I really like Paul George. I don't think he is overrated. I think he is underrated.
Paul
But
George.
I let Preach have that segment. So 3, y'all don't like this either, but I went with the Bucks. I went with Giannis and Bledsoe. As my
Mike, you just make it up.
Giannis.
I could have won LeBron and AD then. LeBron and AD my number 1. LeBron and AD my number 1, Mike. Luka and KP my number 1. Luka and KP is my number 1.
Listen,
Giannis push point. Giannis push point.
Let me go.
Giannis don't push point.
Let me go. Jokic and Jamal Murray there. Put Jokic in there.
Yo, put Jokic in there.
No, yo,
Giannis.
I figured you wouldn't like that one. So I did, for my backup answer, I did have Lowry and Van Vliet. But Giannis, we all know Giannis pushed the point. It's like trying to call Travis Kelce a tight end, bro. No, not Kelce. Kiddo, they trying to make him be a tight end. He said, no, I want wide receiver money. I play out wide 85% of the time. Giannis pushed the point.
No, he doesn't.
Giannis got the ball, he pushed the point. But fine. I go with the Raptors, Lowry, Van Vliet. Y'all happy?
Yeah.
Giannis pushed the point. No, I'm keeping the Bucks there. I don't care.
LeBron pushed the point too. He not on your list, is he?
Nah, LeBron playing terrible. Two, it pains me, but I went Dame and CJ at 2. Cause Harden is cooking. Harden cooking right now, so I went with Harden and Westbrook, number 1 backcourt in the bubble. Even though Harden didn't play today, Westbrook was trying to go for his, but they got blew out by the Spurs, so I don't know about that.
Because who Westbrook is, bro. Bro, Westbrook. Y'all, this playoff gonna show you who exactly Westbrook is, and I'm just gonna let it happen. I'm just gonna let it happen. All
right. So let's get into some fun now. Great. So maybe we can do the top 5 front courts next week. Since I did pick Giannis, I cannot pick the Bucks next week for my front court. I'm okay with that. But all right, so let's get into the best part of the show. In honor of the Ross and Chains Verzuz, I figure, let's do our own verses. And if this is good, if the listeners like it, maybe we could do it every single time it's a versus. So what I did, I came up with 3 categories that have 3 questions each, and I have a bonus question for the end that maybe we can get into. So I'm going to go to everybody and ask you a question of who would you prefer, this person or that person? And say who you prefer, and you could give, we got some extra time here, but you can give a quick response on why you picked that person. Y'all fair? But everybody get their own. So when I ask Millie, Rats, Preach, just don't answer, let Millie answer, all right? And that goes for everybody. Just wait your turn. Are y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this? Y'all have no clue what's coming.
Yeah, we ready.
All right. So first category, basketball. Preach, I'm coming to you. Who you got? Trey versus Luka.
Trey Young.
Mm-hmm.
Luka.
Luka.
Yeah. Easy.
So so you're not giving Trey no love then?
I mean, he's an all right player.
He's an all right player. Ooh. No love for Trey. All right, I respect that. All right, Rad. Who you got? AD versus Embiid.
AD.
Why?
They well, both of them be hurt all the time, but Embiid misses like a lot of games, and AD, I think he's just an overall better player. His versatility on the defensive end, be able to go out and guard people, he can shoot better. A better mid-range guy, but it's close. It's not just an easy answer, but I'm gonna go with AD.
Yo,
Long time.
you make sure every time you talk about AD or Embiid, you always say they always hurt. You make that very clear every single time. All right, Millie. Tough one for you, Millie. Now, because I'm coming to you with the tough one, in their prime, who you got? In high school, me versus Preach. Who you going with?
Oh,
Neil, who you going with? Me versus Preach. High school, who you got?
Throw me a question with two people.
Come on, brother.
Bro.
You play. Bro, just keep it 100. Who you got?
In their prime. You versus Preach.
Me versus Preach.
what's the game to?
Just high school.
No, just us on the court in high school. Not one-on-one. Just who you got? Who you going with?
Okay.
Oh, Mills him in the horn. Now he's scratching his neck.
I'm gonna go with Mike.
Oh! Yo, Preach, I'm gonna be honest. I did not expect that, Preach. I'm gonna keep it 100. Why?
Only because
Mike
was. Nah, bro.
What you say? What Preach say?
It's because I screamed at him all the time.
Sam was a terrible teammate. Everybody knows.
Sam was the Russell Westbrook without KD and Harden. That's what he was. He was face. He went for his, unless it was a play drawn up for somebody else.
Yo.
I mean.
Oh. Yo, okay. Can I say something?
Pow. Go ahead. Shots. Billy with the shots. Go ahead,
let's say this. I was second team all high. Should have been first. Number two, more importantly, if you ask our man Reese, shouts out to my man Reese and my wingman.
Lotto.
Like, I don't know what people expected me to do. And I don't know if this person listens to the show.
Yo, no.
Listen. This is niche. But I mean, I'm not gonna go there. I'll go there. No, people know the type of offense we ran, and people know it was a certain position who leaked out all the time, and that player just listen.
He averaged 20, bro. He averaged 20.
I'm not gonna go there.
Yo, I'm crying. No, I did.
Yo, but to keep it a buck though.
Go ahead.
Keep it a buck. The advantage that you did have, Preach, is you didn't really have that person coming behind you. So you had a lot of opportunity to, enhance the team.
I'm trying to say my man Nelson wasn't coming.
Who did I have behind me?
No, what I'm saying is you didn't have anybody behind you either. But there was a moment when me and you just subbed each other out whenever the hell we felt like it.
Oh my, yo, that was the worst. We won't get too niche, but our coach thought that playing me and Mills offense defense was a good idea. I'm like, yo, coach, what are you doing? Why you keep subbing me out from out there to play defense? You know it's basketball, right? And they miss, and we get the rebound. He now has to play offense.
Just in the middle of the game, not in low.
If we were on offense and the ball went out of bounds, he will hurry up to get Mills in, sub me out so Mills can play defense.
Oh my God.
All right, man, coach, I'm not getting scored on. Why you keep taking me out? But he thought he was saving me for offense, keeping me fresh by doing offense defense with Mills. But I did expect Mills to go Preach because Preach went second team all high.
Appreciate you, Mike.
So I got some love. We can talk the story, the you and Mills story one day, another time on the pod. The Burgard game, we talked on the pod.
But that's why Mills said it. Mills said I like me from that. Mills is still upset from that Burgard game.
This close to swinging on Preach.
I know.
All right, let's keep going. All right, category music. Preach. Who you got? Cole versus Kendrick.
That's a tough one. I'm gonna go.
I
Cole.
mean, they all. I hope they all are tough. I spend time on them.
Nah, the Luka Doncic is easy. But I'm gonna go Cole. But
It's
I
easy
will
too.
say I'm gonna go Cole. But Kendrick doesn't have a better album than Good Kid, Mad City, right? Like, so there's no Cole album that's better than that. But Cole, I'm gonna go Cole on that one. Yeah.
Oh, top 5, dead or alive, buddy.
Yeah, that's tough. But yeah.
Rap. You mentioned this person earlier. Let's talk. Who you got? Ye versus Drake.
Aye.
Nah, no, bro. Come on, bro. Are you serious?
That's easy.
It's a tie for me.
It's not a tie. Kanye West is a better artist. It's a fact. Like, I mean, what is there to talk about? He has better albums than him. What are we talking about?
He has a
Rap.
He has a better
Right.
discography than him. Period.
You mentioned Drake during the verses because during the joint you text our group joint like, yo, this verses proves that nobody can beat Drake because Chains and Ross have about 7 Drake songs, whether it was Drake song or Drake feature. So if they had a verses, you think it would end in a tie? Ye and Drake.
Well, actually, no. Well, it was something floating around. It was a thing floating around, and if that's the songs that Drake picks, Kanye's winning. Now,
Yeah, but we don't know that.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Now,
we don't know.
what from what I saw, if that's the songs that Drake picked compared to Kanye's winning that battle. And I was talking to my brother, and I said the thing is that they got joint albums with other artists, and Kanye got Jay-Z, and Drake chose Future for some reason. So I'm just saying, like,
nothing off that album.
who?
Drake is not playing nothing off that Future album.
I'm sorry. On that list, they had Jumpman. They had Jumpman, and I'm just saying. What I'm saying is that Kanye can pull from Watch the Throne, and Drake got What a Time to Be Alive, which is not terrible. It's just not Watch the Throne. So it's like,
but Drake has 20 better songs than what? I don't know why we were bringing that up. Like Drake.
I'm replying to with the list I saw.
Okay.
If Drake used that list, Kanye is washing them. So that's why I'm like, ugh.
Mike,
but I know Drake got better songs. Drake got better songs than that.
If it's possible, Mike, can you put that list up? Because nobody knows what list we're actually talking about.
I know what list you're talking about. I seen it.
Okay. If you can't put it up,
You know, and the issue is, I'm gonna say on that list, the issue is if they somewhat equal, the more nostalgic rapper is going to win most of the time. Because how can Drake do, like, it's some songs that Kanye got like 5 or 6 songs that Drake cannot beat no matter what song Drake play. It's like bro, like Kanye Through the Wire and Slow Jams and what's the I'm having a brain fire, but Jesus Walks and the other one, All Falls Down. Like, Drake cannot do nothing with those songs. Like, it's impossible. So it's the nostalgic.
No, listen. I think that Kanye probably will win, but this Drake slander is going a little bit too far.
The 5 songs that just named, Drake cannot beat those songs. I don't care what song it is. Drake can't beat All Falls Down.
Do you think Drake has a classic song in there, or do Drake just have all good songs?
Dude, Drake got a classic song. What are we talking about?
I'm asking Rap. I'm asking Rap. If he's saying that Drake can't mess with these top 5 Kanye songs, I'm just asking Rap. Do you think Drake has a classic song in there?
He got classic songs. I think Marvel Room is a classic song. I can go through some classic songs. He got classic songs. He got classic songs. Of course, Drake got classic songs. But Kanye West, the time that lasts between those songs is just gonna build the hype.
Go to Mills, because Rad is wishy-washy.
Yo, you had Preach. You had Cole versus Kendrick. Rad had Ye versus Drake. I told y'all don't step it on toes at the very beginning.
Let's go, Mike. Throw that R&B in there. I already know.
All right, Mills. In their prime. In their prime. Who you got? You going with the YouTube stars? You going with JJ Ice Fish or 50 Tyson? Who you going with, Mills? Who you got, Millie? In their prime, who you going with?
Oh, my Lord, bro.
Who you going with?
I don't think they can. There is no prime. There is no prime. But there's no time for neither one of those.
You gotta go
artists.
ask JJ. I don't know
JJ.
50 Tyson song. You
Yo,
gotta go ask
I'm
JJ.
50 Tyson.
What?
West City, Minnesota.
You gotta go
Bro,
ask
they're
JJ.
not good.
Yo, 50 Tyson kills him.
Yo, for what? JJ Ice Fish was on Wildin' Out. So I don't know what y'all talking
You know
about.
what?
You gotta go with JJ.
If I have to choose, only reason I'm gonna pick this person because I saw somebody dress as him at a Halloween freaking party at a Purple Monkey. And that's 50 Tyson.
How do you dress like 50? How do you dress like 50?
I don't
He had
know.
a white beater?
He said he had 50 Tyson on his shirt. Only way
He's
to know.
50 Tyson, bro.
What was that one boy? It was one of those dudes that was rapping. It was like a rap battle. Never mind.
Am I with JJ Ice Fish on Wildin' Out?
It was not JJ.
I can't believe you ain't give me some R&B like some Jamie versus Usher or something, man.
Bro,
Usher
that's
I
versus
gave you,
Chris
I gave you,
Brown.
Don't say Jimmy.
gave you
Usher. Usher would kill Jamie Foxx.
what
Nah, I'm
the-
just saying.
um,
Mike, know I'm the R&B one, and he gonna give me some JJ picks.
You're not. I'm the R&B guy.
We have time to do this again, Mills. You can have Jamie Foxx versus Ursula another time. Relax.
No, don't ask that question, Mike.
All right. Now we moving on. Categories. Comedians. Preach. Who you got? Kevin Hart.
Bro, you
versus
about to
Mike
give
Epps.
me some. You about to give me somebody.
Yo,
man.
Mills, it's not your turn.
Yeah.
Wait your turn. Preach. Kevin Hart versus Mike Epps. Who you going with?
That's the wrong comparison, Mike.
Yo.
Kevin Hart should be with Cat Williams, bro.
Kevin Hart.
It should be that argument.
He can't be with Mike Epps.
Huh?
Why can't he be with Mike Epps?
Kevin Hart. I'm going Kevin Hart.
Over Mike Epps?
Why?
Because
reason?
he has better stand-up.
Really? You think so? I don't think so.
Seriously Funny is a classic. Seriously Funny is a
I
classic.
don't think Kevin Hart is funny.
I'm a grown little man. I'm a grown little man. It's probably it's like a it's
No.
It's a semi.
It's
It's
literally-
really good.
Seriously funny.
It's a
And
Seriously
Oh.
funny is.
wait, which one was he in Cleveland?
Laugh
with
on My
Shaq and
Pain.
LeBron?
Oh, that's
No.
That's the Shaq
Seriously
Austin.
Funny.
That's the Shaq.
That's Seriously Funny.
Yeah, seriously funny is.
Oh, no, that's hilarious. That's
Yeah, that's a
hilarious.
classic. Yeah,
That's
a classic.
hilarious. And then he got one more. Not laugh at
Laugh at my.
What?
Oh,
No,
Hey,
that
that was
was
good.
that was in a big stadium.
It wasn't Grown Little Man. I wanted to go see Laugh at My Pain. So
Oh.
you going with K Hart? Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I respect that. Rap, coming to you. Who you got? Dave Chappelle versus Eddie Murphy.
oh.
That's easy.
These all easy for you, Preach.
I mean, it's kind of more so. I don't. It's more so like I watch more Dave Chappelle. Like I just watch more Dave Chappelle. I mean, but
Oh my God!
I'm a
Like,
lean. I'm a lean towards Dave Chappelle.
Right, who's better? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or Dwight Howard? What are you talking about? You guys are Dwight Howard! Like, stop! Stop! Like, give it stop! And no, I don't mean that. I don't mean Dave Chappelle is Dwight Howard. I did not. But I was just trying to say, like, that's not an argument just because you watch somebody more. Like, Eddie Murphy is better. Like, what are you talking about? He's going to movies. He has classic stand-up. Like, what are we talking about? Eddie can sing. Like, come on now, man. Oh, my goodness.
I think Chappelle has been funny.
Oh,
Okay.
oh my God, yo!
I think
Mike
Chappelle
gave
funny.
y'all real comedians. He better give me some.
I miss.
Yo,
I'm
Mills,
coming to
Mills,
DC Young Fly or
Bro, no,
Michael
no,
Blackson.
he's not gonna give me nothing like that, bro.
Mills.
He about to give me something like Tony
me-
versus Nutter or something, bro. It's gonna be
me-
something stupid,
Yo, Mills. One, the me versus Priest was the best basketball question by far. So let's not act like that. The JJ Ashford 50 Tyson was just a joke. Now, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I was looking for the worst comedians to give you. I swear I was. I'm like, I'm gonna give you all stupid ones. But I gave you
Mills
the
saw the most comedians of all of us, buddy.
and
Live.
that's exactly why I'm giving this one to you, because you've seen Wildin' Out live. You're like the only person I know that went. Who you got? DC Young Fly versus Carlos Miller.
Oh, I was kind of close.
Yeah, I know you had it right.
bro. It ain't kind of close, bro.
No.
DC.
Rat said DC Young Fly Like I was gonna give that to you. Oh, you going DC?
You know-
Why you going with DC?
You know, the crazy
Carlos
thing
funny.
is
Carlos funny.
Carlos is funny. DC is funny. They're both gifted with that fun. They don't have to
Oh,
force
DC
it.
can sing, huh? DC can sing.
Yo, DC got a song out right now. That drink, 24 hours. Was that drink 24 hours drink, bro?
Till we get it in, yeah. Till we get
Yeah,
it
yeah,
in.
yeah.
He got
Y'all
he got
serious?
he got a
He got an
plaque.
album,
I think
bro.
he went like gold. Right? He went like gold or something. Yeah.
Mills, who are you picking?
DC.
I'm
He
picking
picked
DC. Only because he put it with Carlos Miller. If he would have put it with Chico Beans, I'd have picked Chico Beans.
The better stand up
Really?
is Carlos. Carlos is a better
Really?
stand-up.
Because I like Carlos more than Chico. I do like Chico, but I thought Carlos was funnier. That's why I put him in DC. So you think Chico the funniest out of the three of them?
I think Chico's the funny actor.
Really? Nah,
I
I'm
actually
going with
watched
DC
the
all day.
85 South show, bro. The drink be lit, too.
Nah, that's super funny. All right, last one, bonus round for everybody. This is for everybody. And this question is very near and dear.
Too bad all of them was for everybody, Mike.
Well, it wasn't supposed to be, but
I
y'all
know.
literally don't know how to follow directions. But yeah, but this question is very near and dear to my heart because it got brought up during our conversation when we was like, yo, do we want to start a pod? And if we want to start a pod, what do we want to talk about? And these two got brought up because we said, do we want to talk about this on a pod or do we just want to be all sports? And that is, for the last question, who you going with? I'm going to go to you first, Preach. Will Smith versus Denzel Washington. Who is the better actor? Who is the better actor?
I don't know. Why are you bringing it up? Denzel Washington. Not even
You going with
argument.
Denzel? Just not even an argument? So, Preach,
Well,
none of these was even close for you then.
Will Smith doesn't have a classic movie. Like, what are we talking about?
Will Smith even
Yeah,
have a classic movie?
He has a couple. He has Ali, Pursuit of Happiness.
Ali is not a classic. It's a good movie. It's not a classic.
Pursuit of
Maybe
Happiness.
Indian State is probably his best movie, but that's gonna be another.
Independence
What
Day.
about
His
Independence
performance though, his best movie.
Independence Day.
Yeah, best performance.
Yeah.
So, okay, what classics are you giving Denzel then?
Is that a serious question?
I'm asking what movie,
Oh,
what do you
American
what- I'm asking you.
Gangster,
Yeah.
Training Day.
John Q was good.
I wouldn't say that's necessarily a classic, but yeah, John Q is good. I mean, like he's just better. He's a 10 times better actor.
I like Malcolm X too. Throwback.
We could. I could name 20 movies like that's better than everything Will Smith has done.
How about you, Rad? Who you going with?
Denzel's the
I know
better
Will Smith. Will Smith is your guy.
He is my guy, but I mean, I'm not gonna act like
What's that quote, Rad?
the treadmill joint.
Yeah.
It's on my story. It was on my vision board, bro. It's on my
If
vision
you if you can dance better than me, then you gonna die on the treadmill.
Yeah, bad.
You can, bro. It's a great quote. Go look
All
at it.
right, go. Yes,
Will
Rad,
Smith
go.
treadmill quote. But I mean, I'm not going. Even though that's my guy, he's somebody I look up to. But I gotta go. Denzel's the better actor.
For sure.
I can't. I can't argue that.
All right, Mills, who you going with?
Going Denzel, man. Different eras. I think Denzel probably like 15 years older than Will Smith. About 15.
Will Smith with Diamond though. Denzel didn't do that. Yeah.
This is just acting. This is just acting.
All right.
Like, who you going?
I'm going Denzel. Denzel, my favorite actor. Remember the Titans, one of my favorite movies.
Remember Titans.
Just keep naming stuff.
So, but Rad, I remember we talked about this on the pod. I mean, when we talked, and you said that the better question is Will or Leo. Who you going? I mean, not Will, Leo. Leo or Denzel.
Ooh,
Who
that's
you
a better
going
question.
with? Who you going with? Leo or Denzel, in it, right?
That's close. Oh wow, that's close. Catch Me If You Can. Wolf of Wall Street. Oh, it's such close. I'm a lean Denzel.
Titanic.
I'm a lean Denzel. Great Gatsby. He got some joints. Yo, Leo got some joints. The Departed is fire.
What's the movie that he just came out? He won all those like Oscars for the Reverend.
Yeah, I didn't watch. That's the one I didn't see. It was just him and the wolf. Or something
I didn't like it.
That's the one I actually didn't see.
The cinematography was crazy. Like, I fell asleep on it like 8 times. It was too long.
But I'm a lean Denzel, but Leo is really close, man. I like Leo a lot.
Y'all agree? Y'all going with Denzel, but is Leo close?
Leo's Yeah. I mean, he's a great actor. He's a great actor, but Inception was terrible. So I gotta go.
Inception was fire. You bugging, bro. Inception was fire, bro. Catch Me If You Can is probably my favorite Leo movie though. Catch Me If You Can was really good. Wolf of Wall Street too. Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street was amazing. Yeah.
Wolf of Wall Street is amazing.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah. All right. So we've been like an hour 45. I think hour 30. So
hour 30.
About hour 30. So
10:30.
Hour 45. I just 10:30. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Great show, intense. At the beginning of the show, y'all said we was going an hour. I said I guarantee we go 130 to 145. That's what we always do. Y'all don't know how to stop arguing, and I love it.
Well, the thing is, you have the ball in your court, so you can make it as long as you want to go.
Yeah, you're right. And I told y'all.
Let's take it deeper. You took it an extra 20 minutes there, bro.
Oh, shit, you didn't say that.
145 is our number, so I'm cool.
Yeah, $145. Deeper.
Our number.
Yeah, come back wearing a 4-5. All right, so we're gonna get out of here. So like always, please follow us on all social medias: Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, whatever the case may be. Subscribe to us, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We on like 7-8 different platforms, but Apple and Spotify probably the easiest for everybody to find. Please follow us. Every week we putting out great content, great arguments. It's for Black men coming to talk sports, talk culture, argue a little bit, and laugh. It's a little bit of therapy to it. So I love your boys as always.
Mills, you working on that T-shirt? You working on that T-shirt for the subscribers? Who the next 10 people that subscribe? You gonna send them the T-shirt, right? Or one of them?
The next 10?
Or somebody picking somebody off the next 10?
We'll pick somebody the next 10.
The next 10 people that subscribe getting a free shirt.
Can I get a shirt? Like, how about we start with me? Like, how about we start with the actual cast?
Nah, the subscribers are more important, Mike. Subscribers are more important.
And we're gonna sign this shirt too, so it might be worth a good $1. I'm telling you,
Mike,
it might be.
Mike,
It might be. Yeah.
Mike, please.
Yo, we are definitely not signing the shirt. 100% not signing the shirt. Everybody know that we are not. You can wear this shirt anytime. We will not be signed. I got terrible handwriting. My dad did not tell me to change my handwriting when I was young, like Rad Dad told him.
Pops.
I have terrible handwriting. All right. So great show as always. Hour 45. I love y'all boys, and I can't wait to see what we got in store next week's. So that's it for We Think It's a Sports Show. See you next week. Hootie hoo!
Remember them regular days when there wasn't no more watches for me. Now the money keep calling for me. I'm feeling like everyone plotting on me. Gotta pray for my people to block where they stay. And I know they all counting on me. To go, we going straight to the top. You can't never look down on the streets. Remember them regular days when there wasn't no more watches for me. Now the money keep calling for me. I'm feeling